Welcome to today's lab session on Q data structure. Q is a linear data structure which works on the principle of first in, first out. Q is a two-ended data structure in which the items can be inserted from one end and taken out from the another end. Inserting end is called rear end, deleting end is called front end. Let us see the representation of the Q. This end from where we are going to delete the elements from the queue is called as front end. This end from where we are going to insert the elements into the queue is called as rear end. Now let us see the real-time applications of the queue. The real-time applications of the queue include people waiting in a line at banks, supermarket counters, as well as the computer science applications like task scheduling, job scheduling, call center phone systems uses queue, printers shared by the students in a lab. These are the some of the applications of the queue. Now, let us see the implementation of the queue. The queue can be implemented in two ways. One is by using arrays, another one by using linked list. In the today's lab, we are going to discuss how we are going to implement the queue by using arrays. To implement the queue by using arrays, we need to know what are the operations that can be performed on the queues. The operations that can be performed on the queues is known as QADT. ADT is nothing but abstract data type, that is, the set of possible operations that can be applied on a queue. So the first and foremost operation is enqueue. Enqueue is nothing but inserting the elements into the queue. Inserting the elements into the queue is called as enqueue, as well as dequeue. Deleting the elements from the queue is called as dequeue. While performing the insertion, every time we need to check whether the queue is full or not. If the queue is full, we cannot perform the insertion. So that operation is called as queue full operation. Next, whenever you want to perform the deletion, we need to check whether the queue is empty or not. So this operation is called as QEmpty. Next, to display all the elements of the queue, we need to perform the traversal of the queue. So these are the important operations that can be performed on the queues. Now, let us see, while implementing the queue by using array, what are the important points to be noted? The first and foremost point to be noted is to perform insertion, every time we need to check whether the queue is full or not. To check whether the queue is full or not, we need to use the condition called rear equal to maximum size minus 1, where rear is nothing but from the rear end we are going to perform the insertion. The maximum size is representing the size of the queue. As we are implementing it by using arrays, we are specifying the maximum size of the queue. When the rear reaches maximum size of the queue, then we can say that queue is overflow. So this condition is called as overflow condition. The another condition we need to check here is to perform the deletion from the queue, we need to check whether the queue is empty or not. To check whether the queue is empty or not, the condition to be used is if front equal to minus 1. If the front equal to minus 1, there are no elements in the queue, we cannot perform the deletion. This condition is called as queue underflow condition. The next point to be noted is if there is only one element in the queue. When there is only one element in the queue, front and rear both are pointing to the same element. That condition is called as front equal to rear. Front equal to rear. So after deleting that element also, we can set the front and rear to minus 1. Now, When all the elements in the queue are deleted, once the deletion of all the elements in the queue is performed, then we must compulsorily set the front and rear pointers to -1 to represent that the queue is empty. These are the 4 important points to be noted while implementing the queue by using arrays. What is the first point? Overflow condition. To perform insertion, every time we need to check whether the queue is full or not. The another condition to be checked is underflow condition. To perform the deletion, we need to check whether the queue is empty or not. Next, the another condition to be checked is while performing the deletion, when the front is equal to rear, that means only single element in the queue, then set the front and rear pointers to -1. These are the important points to be noted while implementing the queue by using arrays.